To the chairs and members of the committee, we sincerely appreciate the opportunity to appear before you and discuss our legislative priorities. My name is Tommy Turner. I'm LaRue County Judge Executive and Legislative Chair of the Kentucky County Judge Executives. You know, I could probably provide you with several pages of important issues to county government, but I know time's going to only permit me to address a few of the more pressing matters. And I think each of us in this room would probably agree that legislative actions that's going to be taken over the next 6 months will do more to shape our state and in turn local governments than any prior 10-year period combined. Of course, pensions are on the forefront of everyone's legislative priorities. Our association desires to see protection of the inviolable contract and hopes for an eventual separation of CERS. We understand that serious issues exist with our government retirement systems, and we appreciate the listening ear you have given us and the modifications that have been made to proposed legislation as a result. Counties are committed to continue their full financial support to our retirement plans, and we ask, though, that any significant cost adjustment that will be made, that it be done over time to allow counties the ability to adjust our budgets accordingly. Transportation infrastructure needs are at a critical point. In counties over the last 20 years, we've seen cost increase as much as 300% for some items, especially materials. Yet revenue to address those needs has increased less than 20%. We support efforts to ensure sufficient funds are available to meet transportation needs in our Commonwealth. Jails and their tremendous financial burden on counties will always be on our priority list. I serve on the Criminal Justice Policy Assessment Council, and in fact, we're meeting down in room 131 this morning. And we will be bringing legislative recommendations to you for consideration. And these recommendations will benefit counties, our Commonwealth, and place our justice system on a more sound financial footing for all concerned. Lastly, tax reform will be of great importance to counties. Elimination of the inventory tax has been mentioned as an area of reform. And this tax only produces around $11 million in revenue to the state of Kentucky. But it produces revenue over $130 million for counties and county entities. We simply ask that any change in revenue streams to counties be appropriately replaced with like revenues containing similar growth potential. It's very important to us to ensure that if we lose an area of revenue, that we do have something to replace it. Other tax reform measures of importance include the local option sales tax, addressing the offsetting occupational tax provision for counties exceeding 30,000 population, returning a higher percentage of coal and mineral funding to counties found primarily in the east and west coal fields, and allowing TVA in lieu of revenue from the state to be distributed to local governments for economic development projects. I've got an admission to make to you. I've never desired to be a state legislator. And I want to tell you that that comment is made with more absolute certainty now than ever before. The task that each of you have before you is monumental. And I sympathize with you for the issues that you are facing. We appreciate that in county government, and we want you to know that we're not here to stand as adversaries. We're not here to stand as a roadblock to the efforts that must be taken. But we are here to stand with you to help build a stronger Kentucky for the future. I say a prayer each night for the leadership of our state, and that means I say a prayer for each of you, and I truly mean it, and want you to know that we are thinking of what you have to deal with here every day. I want to end with a quote I call upon from time to time to maintain focus on addressing my county's needs. The quote is, "You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today." And that quote is from Abraham Lincoln. Thank you once again. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to try to answer them for you.
Thank you, Judge. We appreciate that. We appreciate the prayers. We need all of those we can get.
Okay. Thank you.